to happen. So where we are right now as a group, it's very shaky. And at the reunion, I hope there are hugs and there are sorries and there are thank yous and there's all of that. I hope. I'm dreaming. I have a dream. Yes. And I hope it comes true.
That is a definite dream. I'm not sure it's going to go down like that.
I know. I know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Who do you think is the most different on camera than in the real worlds?
No, I think that that's what makes Miami really good is the fact that the way we talk, we're not like, do you want to have lunch next week? And we're not going to tell Jennifer that I have a conversation, a little bone to pick with her. Like, we're not doing this. We're like, where is she? Like, let me talk to her right now. Can you call her? Like, we're doing this raw and real. So there's no one that's putting it on, to my knowledge, from being around the girls at all. It's so raw. It's so raw. And that's what people, I think, relate to it. Like, that's exactly what I would have told her. That's exactly how it would have been. And the Guerdy's expression is exactly what I would have done if somebody told me this news, So a lot of people reply, like they relate to my way of reacting. It's just the way it is, Yeah.
What about Adriana? Like, it's been implied from certain people that she's like the thirstiest, that she's like wants this. And I mean, I'm not saying that, so don't look at me. I mean,
well, you're gonna have to watch the next episodes. When I tell you that we're on episode 10 right now, we have not even tipped the surface of the meat of this entire season. Are you listening? What you just saw was the appetizer, baby. I'm telling you. And right now, next weekend's episode, dead on sight. And then it just falls into this, it's just mind-boggling. So get ready, because it's going to be a bumpy freaking ride. And I warned you.
Well, that's what I kind of took away. Like, I thought we were kind of into an epic season. And then when they do the mid-season trailer, I'm like, wait a second, what is this?
There's a lot of pieces missing from that you're going to die. You see me and Kiki falling over. Why are we falling over? And it's just crazy town. It's crazy town. And so I am like, I'm a talkative person, and I'm speechless because I don't even know how to explain this whole thing. There will never be, put it this way, this season will never be able to be similarly replicated in any way, shape, or form. That's all I can tell you. It was kind of like everything played into this symphony in the, again, best way, worst way, and just funniest way. Everything was just meant to happen the way it happened. And we kept looking at the moon like, it's a full moon? It's a full moon? We were just kind of like, oh, that's why. Okay, got it. Crazy town.
What about, we see a cameo of Leah Black coming up?
I don't know anything about that. So I'm excited to watch myself. I'm excited to watch them. I never met her, but I saw that she was on the trailer. And remember, a lot of the girls are watching a lot of scenes for the first time because we weren't in the scene or we weren't told about it. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm excited about that. And what advice she gives Lisa.
Well, did you see the reaction? I mean, you were at BravoCon. Did you see the reaction?
Everybody died. Everybody died. Yeah. It was amazing.
Do you think Leah should be back on this show?
She can't hang. We're another breed. We're another breed, honey. Okay. She can't hang in a way of like keeping up with all the crazy is what I'm saying. Not keeping up with just like, she's a smart woman. She's whip it, but the fact is that this is a reboot for a reason. And no, stay home, Leah, please. You don't want this.
You don't want to get involved with this group.
No, you don't want this, woman. No.
Well, we saw it on the show. You're on Vogue's list of, the top wedding planners in the world, the US, Canada, overseas. So that's got to be a big accolade, right? I mean, I know you've been...
The misconception is that, because now you're on the Housewives and, because you planned Alexa's wedding. Scroll through my Instagram. It's annual titles that you get and maintain. So it's kind of like, no, I've been doing this for a long time. This is just another one, but you're just finally realizing that. And so for that to be used as a reason why they think I'm full of myself. If that was the case, then I've been that girl a long time ago. You know what I mean? So I keep my head down. I come from very humble beginnings. I don't know how to be full of myself. I don't call myself, I'm not the one calling myself whatever the hell. So I like just sometimes things are just the way they are by merit, and you just see it. You don't have to say it.
I agree. And right, you're not on this list on Vogue just because you're on the show. Like you've been doing this business for
If
many, many
anything, they may
years.
say, you know what, we want no part of it, and let's, keep my name out your mouth, Vogue. Then we're like, okay, let's take the title out. So whatever it is, I know who I am, and what I bring to the world. So I Guerdyfy this world one day at a time.
Well, the last time you were here, you said, I asked you this question. You said the minimum amount to be Gertified was $60,000 to retain your services. I asked you, and that is what you said. It came directly from you.
Minimum, I said, starting, right? Okay.
Minimum, yeah. So now, that, you are on this platform. It's not because your business is great, but you are on this platform. I'm sure people are reaching out. You're on the Vogue list. Is that still 60,000 or has that gone up?
Put it this way, I'm doing like less than 5 weddings a year. Like my projected now is just quality over quantity.
Wow. You're busy. There's a wait list.
Selectively busy, like, you know what I mean? So it's not like, and it's helping with my life at home. Again, I listened to what Russell had to say, and I said to myself, okay, I don't need to do 15 weddings. I can only do 5. And then let me do my pricing so that it equates to what I needed to be at. So I feel blessed that I'm able to kind of like restructure my life and now prioritize what's really, really, really important, and to maintain my family and love life. And it's been great. And I get to now go to luncheons and be part of more community events. And, I have the day to spend in my community, and it's great. I love it. Because before I was traveling on, like you said, I was always on a plane heading to different places like a crazy person, but I just reorganized my structure to be more effective, in multiple ways.
How was BravoCon? Like, were you shocked at the fandom? I mean, like, I know you're aware of it, but like on that level, like, how is that?
It was amazing because I feel like people just after COVID are just like, so you felt the energy through everything. And for me, again, season 1, I didn't have the resonance of this season where I was actually like personality Guerdy, where I'm me versus me being the planner. So it's just right now I'm just getting started into my zone and showing my full self, and it's great because but the fact that the viewers were so receptive and knew who I was from the beginning, it was very, very nice to hear. And they were like, oh my God, Gertified. Oh, hi, Green. So there was a little takeaways from just the first season that carried on to BravoCon. And so hopefully there's one next year, and it just gets better and better. I think that it really helps us boost our purpose of the franchise, creation to have something like BravoCon for the fans say, you guys, good job, guys. It really feels very, very nice to have that camaraderie.
Did you meet someone at BravoCon that you were just bonding with, like another housewife, or like was there someone you were?
So Meredith and I, we hang out all together. Her and I went to the Whitney Houston premiere together in New York. We were in Miami or Basel. So her and I become close. A lot of girls, and actually now I'm going to be on a Valentine's Day, stage with Melissa Gorga and Dolores. So that's going to be so fun on February 10th. So, we're all doing our thing, and it's bringing us closer. It's like a high school at this point, Yeah.
We love that. What about the opposite? Was there someone at BravoCon? Everyone has a story or somebody that kind of like shaded you or was not as nice to you.
I mean, yeah, a little shade from the queen, who I admire, I love, most beautiful, everything all around. It's like, Kenya, I came up to her so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I love you. And she's like, oh, and she knew I was a celebrity too. It was, in the Bravo world as well, because I was also with the same type of people. I had a guide, I had my publicist, I had my people. And I was like, oh, and she's like, oh, who are you? What show are you on? Oh, like, what show are you on again? It was a tone that made it seem like, and I was like, oh, I'm Guerdy from the reality. But it was disappointing to not have that kind of like sisterhood I had expected, like I got from other people like Candy, Cherie, and Lisa from Dubai, and Chanel. So I didn't get the vibe of like, yes, girl, who? It was kind of like, oh, so I was a little disappointed, but still love her.
It was almost like she didn't recognize you. And then if you were on maybe one show, she would have been less nice. And maybe if you were a housewife, nicer. Or
I don't know. I just think that, I love her. I think she's amazing, and her career, the way she's able to get 47-year-old to have a baby, it's amazing. And so I wanted to give her kudos, but the moment was gone with the response. You know what I mean? So yeah.
well, maybe you'll hear from her after this podcast comes out and she'll
And maybe not, and
apologize.
it's all good. I listen, onwards. I have my own thing going. Everyone has their own lane, and it's all good. You know what I mean? So yeah, all love.
All love. Well, listen, you say it's a crazy season and we'll never replicate it again, but
Remember these words. You will not recover. I'm telling you, I've warned you. You've been warned.
I can't wait to watch the rest of it. And after the reunion, you are going to be back for season 6. I don't know if you realize this, but I'm going to tell you,
Well,
you are.